Hello everyone, welcome to our channel once again. Please leave a like on this video and subscribe to our channel for more updates, and also leave a comment to express your thoughts on this. A coalition of civil society central coordinating council, the apex coordinating organ of all civil society groups in Nigeria, has rejected the Supreme Court Exparte Order against the new currency. The apex court had on Wednesday temporarily stopped the federal government from banning the use of old naira notes from February 10, 2023. A seven-member panel led by Justice John Okoro altered the federal government plan in an ex parte application brought by three northern states, Kaduna, Kogi, and Zamfara. The Apex Court had restrained the Central Bank of Nigeria and President Muhammadu Buhari from terminating the use of old 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1000 naira banknotes. The apex body of the CSOs at a press conference held in Abuja called on President Buhari to immediately consider issuing executive orders to bring to effect this policy terminal date, as the Supreme Court order did not restrain the exercise of the constitutional powers of the president. Addressing newsmen at the press conference, the national coordinator of the groups, Obed Okukwe, said that their rejection of the order was because it was an attack on credible elections, and called on the Supreme Court not to yield its platform for such election riggers to have access to illicit cash to compromise the election. The groups also called on the Supreme Court to immediately vacate the order, as it was capable of derailing the credibility of the 2023 general election and ultimately truncating the most cherished democracy. The groups added that they have analyzed the situation thoroughly, bearing the interests of the people at heart, and have come to the conclusion that the people are the ultimate beneficiaries of the policies of the federal government. We reject the moves by some politicians to capitalize on the temporary challenges of the implementation of the policies. These challenges are mostly stage managed to make it look like the policy is anti-people. We reject the advances of some disgruntled and selfish politicians who have begun mobilization across the country for riots and call on them to retrace their steps before it is too late, as Nigerians and posterity will not have any space for the forgiveness of anyone who has a role to play in the disruption of the 2023 general election, derailing of our democracy, or bringing the current administration to an abrupt end. As Nigerian civil society, we cannot cut our nose to spite our face. We cannot join hands with anyone to pull down Nigeria, and we call on all who have joined and are walking down this very offensive and ignoble path to stop now and make a U-turn. We reiterate that security agencies should be on the lookout to nip these plans in the bud. Thursday is their target date to throw the country into turmoil, and they are mobilizing across the country, the apex body of the CSO said. The groups called on the CBN leadership to continue and also double its efforts at resolving the issues so that Nigerians will not be ripped off before they can access their money. We urge the Apex Bank to set an example with any of the commercial banks found wanting in the sabotage of hoarding the new banknotes by imposing heavy financial fines on them, as it will surely be a deterrent to any other banks whose officials are planning the same thing. We further urge the Apex Bank to send out manuals of operations now stating severe sanctions to all the banks and financial institutions licensed and operating in Nigeria, so that they withdraw their services from any person or group seeking to use their platform to compromise elections, the group said. The groups also noted that following the 2015 general election, it became public that one commercial bank yielded its platform and services to a political party for the rigging of elections. It is not public knowledge if there are sanctions, but Nigerians would not want a repeat of that. But where it occurs, citizens would want to also hear of the heavy sanctions imposed. The Apex Bank should also demand of all the CEO and managing directors of all banks who received allocations of the new notes to bring documents to prove how all these monies were disbursed, and in the units how they were disbursed. This call has become necessary with reports in the media showing that officials of banks have been arrested for hoarding the new notes while denying availability. The
Wow, the crisis following the redesign of the new Naira note and its deadline has divided Nigeria like never before. In the history of Nigeria, Nigeria has never been divided this way among the elites. Because the truth is, the division we are seeing presently in Nigeria and the division we are experiencing presently in Nigeria, is among the elites, not the ordinary Nigeria on the street. Fine. This election year, and this is the first time that we experience, what they call cash scarcity and fuel scarcity at the same time. In my entire life as an adult, I have not seen or experienced what they call cash scarcity. And this is the first time I'm expressing that. And in all over the world, this has not happened. Over time, Nigerians has redesigned their currency, and there has never been any time that we have crisis in concerning deadlines. Even in fact, we spend this money side by side, and the old one just issue out without any crisis. But I'm just wondering what is happening right now. That is, that is election year, a crucial moment like this. When we are having this kind of a crisis of shortage of cash in the society, where people cannot access their money, in the bank, and everything has become, difficult for citizens. You have money in the bank, you can access it. You go to the market, you're having issues to dealing with cash. Now, the central bank, the the appeal court has, you know, given an injunction to suspend the deadline of the Naira note, and also as the interim judgment to that effect. But, the CSOs have rejected this Supreme Court Exparte Order against the new Naira currency, and they are calling, and one of the reasons that the CSOs are against this Exparte orders is because of what happened in 2015 when Bola Ahmed Tinubu was spotted with two Bolo van in his residence during the eve of the election day the election day. And Nigerians are saying, the CSOs are saying that they don't want a situation where people will influence, voters, electorate with money and all that. So that is why they are against these orders. And the CSOs is an organization who is in charge of the all civil society organization in Nigeria. They are like the one coordinating all the civil society organization in Nigeria. So they are powerful, they are big to some extent, and that is their stand. Not only that, even the federal government has faulted the bank and said the bank has no judiciary right to stop the deadline of the new naira, the old naira note from circulation. So these things are just interwoven here and there, and mainly amongst the elite. Well, the ordinary Nigerians are holding protests here and there and all that, protesting against it. But this is more about the elite, and especially among the APC governors and their senators. Well, there is, how will I put it? The APC are saying that the APC Presidential Campaign Council are saying that this thing is targeted at them to make sure that this is a sabotage to make sure that the APC lose the general election. But the truth is, how possible is that? APC is the ruling party. So how will they work against their own party? Well, this is the happening now. I want you to feel free to comment below. Let's know your take concerning this, and also subscribe to our channel for updates on this and more. Thank you.